Hey everyone, it's Eric Jensen here again for some more Jensen Sports Talk. So we had the Super Bowl. Chiefs come out on top by a field goal. And so the big talk in the Super Bowl is, of course, the holding called on Juju Smith, or against, holding Juju Smith-Schuster that prolonged the drive there at the end for the Chiefs, so then they could run out the clock and then hit the game-winning field goal. So, I feel sympathetic for both sides. I mean, I don't think it was a giant hold on it, but it definitely was a hold. You can definitely see him. I mean, the defender even agreed that he did hold him, and you can see the jersey being tugged completely. So is it a penalty? Yes. On the other side, I know people are saying you just want consistency, and they hadn't been calling that all game. I can see that as well. My opinion of it, I'm okay. I normally don't like the ticky-tack calls, and I think that was more on the ticky-tack side of things. But when it comes to refereeing, you can't do something that will put you in danger of making the ref throw the flag. That's what it comes down to. Whether they've been calling it in the game prior or not, if you do something that can get called, that's on you. And so congratulations to the Chiefs. I think a good thing to look at in this game, though, breaking it down, the Eagles, the fumble by Hurts there in the first half that sort of kept the Chiefs in the game, that was very costly. And then the Chiefs' ability in the red zone to just scheme wide open guys. I mean, their 2 touchdowns there in the second half, identical, just flipping on which direction the wide open receiver was going to be, was just a masterpiece by them. So Andy Reid, he did his coaching there in how they won. It would have been interesting to see if Hurts and the Eagles could have made a game, sent the game to overtime in a minute and so left of the game, if they could get a field goal to answer Kansas City. But the Chiefs did the smart thing, ran, nailed down not getting in the end zone so they could run out the clock and kick the field goal. Smart thing to do. And now we're in the football famine stage. So we have some XFL, we have some USFL stuff coming, and then we've got spring football that will be here soon enough. And then August coming up, we'll have college football again. So it's a sad time with football being pretty much over for real stuff, but there'll still be lots to talk about. Okay, other things going on in the world of sports. It's football season is ending, so now it's basketball's time to shine. LeBron did break the record, Kareem's record. Now he's the all-time leading point scorer. And again, in the, what does this do? It gives him another feather in the cap to say, I'm the best ever. I still think Jordan, like stat-wise, LeBron is going to be the best ever if you just look at stats. He's played longer. He's compiled. He's got it's. I don't think anyone can say that LeBron doesn't have more of an all-around game than Jordan did. Why Jordan is the best ever, in my opinion, is when he was playing at his best, he could not be beat. And he would not allow himself to be beat. Now, obviously, there was a loss here or there, but when he was on, I mean, it was on. And the other thing, if you look at the leagues, I know some people say, well, Michael didn't play any hard teams in the East. They were tougher teams than LeBron was going through. Whether they had Hall of Famers on them or not, LeBron has had stacked teams after leaving Cleveland that first time. He's had stacked teams. And even Cleveland that first time at the end, people thought that was a great team. So if I'm putting my money on it, it's Michael. So other whatever on that debate. LeBron will continue to collect stats. He'll continue to pad it, and we'll see what happens. There are more and more people saying LeBron is the best ever. I am not one of them. I don't think I will ever be one of them. I've never seen him be as good as Michael Jordan was. So, see, you can say that he was better for longer. That you can say. But best basketball player ever? No. So the other NBA stuff, we've got trades going on. Kevin Durant going to the Suns, Kyrie going to the Mavs. And this is why people don't like, or this is why I don't like basketball, specifically the NBA. I mean, because I do like basketball, but the NBA itself is just, I mean, they're a bunch of they're just all about themselves. It's very annoying. Granted, plenty of football players are about themselves too, but it's so much more of a team game in football, where even if you've got the best player, that doesn't mean anything, because you've got to have 11 guys on offense and 11 guys on defense working together to get it done. In basketball, if you are one of the best players, you can take your team to a great lengths of being one of the better teams in the league. Maybe not win it all, but you can be one of the best superstars. So I think the Suns have a good chance now with Durant. I think if I was the Suns, I'm okay mortgaging the future. You're trying to win that championship. The Mavericks, I'm not so sure that works with Kyrie and Luka. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, Kyrie's going to want the ball a lot. Luka wants the ball a lot. It can work, and Kyrie can make things work, but he doesn't have a long track record of having it work out. So we'll see. Nothing else too crazy going on in there. Soccer is tightening up in the Premier League. Arsenal drew again, so 1, 2, and 3 right now between Arsenal, Manchester City, Manchester United, getting pretty tight. Newcastle, it looks like they're fading a little, but they're still right there too, if they can get things turned around. And then hockey, we're waiting and seeing. I mean, I'm ready for tanking for the Ducks. So that's what we've got. Oh, and college basketball, we're making it close to March Madness here, and this is basketball that I actually like. Unfortunately, USC not doing so hot in Oregon against Oregon or Oregon State. They the thing with USC, they had some injuries, and that definitely hurt them in both games. But if USC ever goes cold shooting, they don't have what it takes to make up for it. So sometimes, some teams, even if you're cold, you can force the turnovers, you can out rebound. USC doesn't rebound. While they're getting a little bit better on the inside until injuries came. That was the thing. And I'm always going to blow his name. Whatever. The freshman, he was playing good, especially against Oregon State inside. Iwo Kuchu. I can't remember his name. But the problem is they're not deep down there, down in the center. And so if if Boogie Ellis, if Drew Peterson aren't hitting their shots and they're not hitting them, they're no good. So the USC needs to turn around. They need to win pretty much most of the games left in their season if they're going to make the tournament. Losing to Oregon State hurt quite a bit. So we'll see if they can turn it around here. Anyways, that's all I've got. Have it so good.